Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this session, I'm going to discuss regarding semiconductor theory. So in the semiconductor theory, it is actually basically a theoretical part of the electronics. So it is more having details of theoretical concepts and less of numericals or this thing. So numerical part is very less in this case of semiconductor theory, but we usually find it difficult to remember some important points because it is more of theory. So what all points needs to be remembered, that is very difficult here. So in this session, I am going to cover some of the important points which has to be remembered in semiconductor theory, or some highlighting points which will help for you for preparing competitive examinations or even your academics. So this is in this session I'm going to discuss completely about this. So let us quickly start the session now. So what is this? In between the session, I will keep on telling the important points, as well as I will be telling some knowledge if it is required to share. So in this, actually, we will go with the first point. A semiconductor is formed by covalent bonds. So as we know, semiconductor is a material which is having conductivity in between those of conductors and insulators. So a semiconductor is formed by covalent bonds. So it is nothing but the sharing of electrons, the bond which is formed by sharing of electrons. So a semiconductor is formed by covalent bonds, and a semiconductor has a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. This is a very important point to remember. The most commonly used semiconductor is silicon. Hence, most of the time, silicon is used in manufacturing of electronic components. So, a semiconductor has generally four valence electrons. That is why we call semiconductor as tetravalent. Means four valence electrons. A semiconductor has four valence electrons in its outermost shell. So the resistivity of a pure silicon is about 6,000 ohm centimeter. So this is the important point to remember this numerical. So when a pure semiconductor is heated, its resistance decreases. So a pure semiconductor will never conduct. So once we heat, the resistance decreases and conductivity starts. So this is how this point we can understand. So that the strength of a semiconductor crystal comes from electron pair bonds. So the semiconductor crystal, the strength in the semiconductor crystal will come from electron pair bond. There will be bondage which forms between electron pairs. So that is why this is important to remember. So when a pentavalent impurity is added to a pure semiconductor, it becomes which type of semiconductor? It becomes N type of semiconductor, because pentavalent means five electrons in its outermost shell. So one electron will be more when after this bonding. So there will be more number of electrons when compared to holes. Hence, this is N type of semiconductor which is going to be formed. So next we will quickly go with the import. So addition of pentavalent impurity to a semiconductor creates many free electrons. So as I already discussed in the above point, that pentavalent impurity addition will make N-type semiconductor. Means N-type means free electrons. So that is the important point. So a pentavalent impurity has five valence electrons. As I already told you, pentavalent means penta means five. So a pentavalent impurity has five valence electrons in its outermost shell. So an N-type semiconductor is electrically neutral. So sorry for this. Okay. So N-type semiconductor is electrically neutral. So that is, I can say. And the next is a trivalent impurity has three valence electrons in its outermost shell. A trivalent, tri means three. So in trivalent impurity has three valence electrons in its outermost shell. So addition of trivalent impurity, again this is the same point. Addition of trivalent impurity to a semiconductor creates many holes, because trivalent means three valence electron, but semiconductor already has four. So there will be less electrons and more holes will be created. So that is why many holes will be there. So a hole is a semiconductor is defined as the incomplete part of an electron pair bond. So why incomplete means four valence electrons will be there in outermost shell of semiconductor, whereas a trivalent impurity has only three. So three bond will happen, but one will be, it never bonds with any. So hence there is an additional which is hole which is created. So that is why it is incomplete, we can say. So the impurity level in an extrinsic semiconductor is about 1 atom for 10 power 8 atoms of pure semiconductor. So this value you have to remember. So next one is, okay, as the doping increases. So what is doping? Doping means addition of impurities, we can say. So either it can be trivalent or pentavalent. So as the doping to a pure semiconductor increases, means we are increasing the number of impurities, the bulk resistance of the semiconductor definitely decreases, because once we are adding impurities, either there will be number of extra additional number of holes will be created or electrons will be created. So hence definitely conductivity or the resistance decreases, that means conduction starts. So next is, a hole and electron in close proximity would tend to attract each other, because hole is positively charged, electron is negatively charged, and hence there is a positive polarity. So in a semiconductor, current conduction is due to holes and free electrons. This is very important thing. So usually there will is conduction will start from electron. No, it's not like that, but current will occur because of holes as well as free electrons. So hence this is a point, in a semiconductor current conduction is due to holes and free electrons both. So the random motion of holes and free electrons due to thermal agitation is called diffusion. So diffusion is nothing but movement of electrons and holes. So will be a random motion, that is diffusion. So random motion of electrons and holes in due to thermal agitation. If we apply heat to a semiconductor, then we will there will be random motion of electrons and free electrons and holes, and that is nothing but the diffusion. So this is all about semiconductor theory part 1. So I will, in the next session I will bring some more important points about semiconductor theory, and that will be part 2 of it. So till then, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and to get the latest updates, and press the bell icon. So till then, thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.